Alright guys, so another question I get asked a lot is, how long do I wait to buff off the coating? I get that question a ton, especially with the HyperClean coatings or any other coatings that people are trying to pick up. They go, well, how long do I need to wait to buff off the coating? Well, the first thing I tell most people is that it's really dependent on the weather. If it's super hot out, like today, I think it was almost 90 degrees today. So first thing I would tell people to do is do a small section. So I pick a tiny section like this, apply coating, and then kind of just wait and see how long it takes for it to flash. The HyperClean coatings will kind of sweat and beat up, and you'll start to see lines. The lines separate almost like racetrack lines. So once you see that, you can buff off. In the winter, you're looking at maybe up to a minute. I wouldn't really go too much longer than that with HyperClean Tray, about 30 seconds or even less if it's really hot out. If it's extremely hot out, you need to have all of your towels set up behind you and ready, or at least have them like on your shoulder. Just you have your 2 towels ready. You're gonna go in with your first towel to buff off the coating, and then you always come back with your secondary towel, as I like to call that, the security towel, just to make sure that you got all the coating off. You're not gonna have any issues. That's the only way you're gonna find out what the flash times are. I know the bottles will typically give you a number, hey, between 30 seconds and whatever. That's when you buff the coating off, but everyone's environment's different, everyone's temperature different, and if you're not in a garage, for instance, and you're applying, say for instance, HyperClean Uno or HyperClean Dos, those 2 coatings have a little bit longer flash time, and you're able to apply them onto the surface and let them just do their thing, and you can kind of come back and get them off within like a minute, and you're gonna be okay. Now, when you start moving up to Tray or even Sparta, you got to be on your game. Those coatings, if you let it sit for way too long, you're gonna have to come and polish those off. You may have to even put compound on a little pad and kind of wipe it with a towel, and you can maybe get it off. If not, you're taking the polisher back out to do some polishing. So always kind of test your areas first, and sometimes you can do a whole hood. So it really depends on the temperature. Right now, tonight, it's about 70 degrees, a little bit of humidity, and I was able to do half a hood, and on this particular G-Wagon, we were able to do the whole door. So once we did the small area to see what my flash times were gonna be, I go, hey, I got plenty of time. And then I was able to do bigger areas and get the coating done a lot faster, because instead of doing certain panels, I was able to do the whole thing in 2, 1, 2, done.